An overturned ship carrying 6 missing crew members has been found near the U.S. territory of Saipan after Typhoon-Damaged. The cargo ship Mariana was spotted Sunday night by the Coast Guard, who confirmed it is the vessel that lost communication last Wednesday due to engine failure. The search operation continues as debris from the ship, including an inflated life raft, has been found nearby. Partnering agencies from Guam, Japan, and New Zealand are assisting in the effort, which now covers over 75,000 square nautical miles. Despite extensive efforts, the exact location of the missing crew members remains uncertain. The Coast Guard is deploying divers and underwater remotely operated drones to investigate any viable access points on the vessel for further information. The incident highlights the challenges faced in maritime rescue operations during severe weather conditions, underscoring the risks seafarers endure in typhoon-prone regions. Traders have been making large financial moves ahead of key statements from U.S. President Donald Trump regarding the Iran conflict, according to data analyzed by the BBC. Significant trading activity occurred in the days leading up to major policy decisions announced during Trump's second term. The pattern suggests that some insiders are placing substantial bets before market-moving declarations from the president. This raises questions about the flow of information and its impact on financial markets. The analysis points to a possible link between insider knowledge and these strategic trading moves. It is important to note that no concrete evidence has been provided beyond the single-source claim. The implications of such activity could be significant if insider trading is confirmed. It highlights concerns over market integrity and the potential misuse of non-public information. However, without additional corroborating data or perspectives from other sources, any definitive conclusions remain speculative at this time. As investigators look into these patterns, the exact nature and extent of insider trading will need to be determined. The next steps include further investigation by financial regulators to clarify whether there has been a breach in market regulations. == END == A powerful earthquake measuring 7.7 on the Richter scale struck off the coast near Sanriku, northern Japan, prompting a tsunami warning and an advisory for a slightly higher risk of a Mega-Quake. Prime Minister Sani Takaichi urged residents in coastal towns to prepare for potential emergencies as the Cabinet Office and Japan Meteorological Agency issued warnings. The advisory came after one person was injured in Aomori due to falling during the quake. Meanwhile, no abnormalities were detected at nuclear power plants in the region. The earthquake occurred on April 20th at around 4:53 p.m. local time, with a depth of about 19 kilometers. Bullet trains connecting Tokyo and northern Japan were suspended temporarily as a precautionary measure. This event serves as a stark reminder of past seismic disasters like the devastating magnitude 9.0 quake in 2011, which caused significant loss of life and infrastructure damage. Despite the heightened alert, officials stress that the advisory is not a prediction, but rather an increased risk assessment following recent seismic activity. With no mega-quakes materializing from previous alerts, authorities continue to emphasize public preparedness as crucial for mitigating risks in highly seismically active regions. U.S. authorities arrested Shama Mafi, an Iranian woman with a U.S. green card, at Los Angeles International Airport on April 15, 2026. Prosecutors allege she coordinated the sale of drones and ammunition worth millions from Iran to Sudan's defense ministry in violation of U.S. sanctions against Iran. Mafi faces charges that include brokering a €60 million drone contract and receiving over €6 million in payments for her alleged role as an arms broker between Iran and Sudan. She is expected to make her court appearance on April 24, 2026. Sudan has been embroiled in a civil war since 2023, creating a demand for weapons from various international brokers and suppliers. Conflict has drawn accusations of foreign powers backing both sides with military aid, complicating the arms trade landscape further. The arrest highlights the intricate web of sanctions evasion and illegal arms trafficking that can span continents. If proven true, Mafi's case could set a precedent in the murky world of unregulated international arms brokering. The U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments from Catholic preschools that claim Colorado violated their religious rights by excluding them from a state-funded universal preschool program. St. Mary Catholic Parish and the Archdiocese of Denver are appealing the exclusion, supported by the Trump administration. They argue it's unconstitutional to deny taxpayer funding based on their admission policies which exclude LGBTQ+ families and children. Colorado maintains that while religious schools can participate in the program, they must comply with non-discrimination laws protecting LGBTQ+ individuals. The case could revisit a landmark 1990 Supreme Court decision regarding religious exemptions from broadly applicable laws. The outcome may signal broader implications for how courts balance religious freedom against protections for LGBTQ+ rights. A London judge dismissed a lawsuit brought by Amy Winehouse's father, Mitch Winehouse, against her stylist Naomi Perry and friend Catriona Gurley. The ruling came on Monday, April 20, 2026. The case centered around the sale of memorabilia following Amy Winehouse's death in 2011. Perry earned $878,000 from selling 56 items at auction in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Gurley made $344,000 from selling 85 items. The court found that Mitch Winehouse's claim lacked merit and cleared Perry and Gurley of any wrongdoing. Perry expressed relief with the ruling, stating it had been a long-standing issue. This decision now puts an end to the legal battle over Amy Winehouse's personal belongings, clearing the way for her friends to proceed without fear of further claims for Mitch Winehouse. Former Google executives testified at Jakarta's corruption court on Monday, denying the company's involvement in a procurement project that prosecutors claim resulted in $125 million of state losses. Scott Beaumont, former president of Google Asia Pacific, and Cesar Sengupta, former general manager and vice president, were among those testifying. The case centers around allegations made against Nadiem Anwar Makarim, Indonesia's former education minister and co-founder of Gojek, who is accused of favoring Google's Chromebook laptops despite internal research opposing it due to poor internet connectivity in remote areas. Prosecutors allege that Makarim abused his authority by steering the nation-wide procurement entirely for personal business interests. Beaumont denied any connection between Google's investments in BKB, parent company of Gojek, and conversations with the Ministry of Education. He stated there was no link between these two separate transactions. Sengupta also rejected the charges against him. The case highlights potential broader issues of corruption within public procurement processes, especially concerning international technology firms operating in Indonesia. It underscores tensions between global tech companies and national governance standards, particularly as nations pursue digitalization initiatives. Despite Google's defense, prosecutors argue that Makarim's resignation from PT AKB was a strategic concealment to mask conflicts of interest while he maintained indirect control over company decisions. The verdict is expected within the coming weeks.